Hey guys, just finished windswept. Just finished watching the Springboks play against Italy, 32-14 for the Springboks. A difficult game, a strange game, a very difficult game to talk about because so much happened in that game. A bizarre game. I'm not sure where to start, to be very honest. Springboks got the win, and they found solutions. Again, second week in a row, backs to the wall, and they had to find solutions to win. And this team is really going to take a good team to beat this team because really the solutions they found were quite exceptional at the end of the day. Damian Willems, let's start there. What a performance! What a player! Always comes out when the Boks need him, and certainly kept the Boks in the game when they were under pressure a lot of the time, and certainly made a huge difference to the team as well. Wow! What a performance! Easy man of the match, to be very honest. Very easy man of the match for me. And I think at the end of the day, it went like most Italian Springbok games went, is that the Italians kept the Boks busy for 60 minutes and then the Boks took control. But a bit different, a bit more bizarre this time around. So what was all that different this time around? Well, let's start with the red card. I was actually absolutely livid. If you go to Twitter, there's a video by Angus Gardner that World Rugby put out after Lood de Jager's red card last week, where Angus Gardner explains the difference between a 20-minute red and a full permanent red. And he says there in that a 20-minute red, a full red is for thuggery, it's for acts of thuggery, headbutts, punches, things like that. And then he says it's not for something like a tackle that's gone wrong. Where a tackle's gone wrong, it goes to the bunker, and that should be a 20-minute red. Now, please go watch it yourself if you don't believe me. Just go have a look at the video and tell me if you disagree, because to me, the explanation makes no sense with the two red cards we've seen the last 2 weeks. This one was even more ridiculous. Last week, Lood hit what's his name? Roberts' arm hit Lood's arm. So as he was coming around, his shoulder hit his arm first before he hit the head. And then this week, it's clearly shown, and anybody who watched the Supersport feed will see it as well. It's clearly shown it was shoulder contact was the first point of contact. So how can it be a permanent red? Of course, now the referee James Dolman, who I must admit didn't have a great game at all. He lost control of this game. The players were talking to him all the time. The only really good compliment I can give him is that he officiated the offside line pretty well. But other than that, he didn't really have control of the game. And the TMO, the French TMO, said there was clear head contact, so the referee's got to work with that. All the replays showed it wasn't clear head contact, it was head to shoulder, shoulder to shoulder. Now, if a shoulder to shoulder is now a permanent red, it's actually flipping ridiculous. And I'm sorry, World Rugby keeps on shooting itself in the foot. Fans don't understand it. Nobody understands it. People who hate South Africa say, yeah, it was a red. And we'll probably see an Owen Doyle column again saying, ban the guy again. And you can always see that when somebody's bias comes through. Because to be very honest, there was a whiplash effect, but that came from first point of contact with shoulder. And we're going to get technical on this. Shoulder to shoulder should not be a permanent red. It should be at least a bunker review. And if the bunker review decides, then okay, fine, we'll accept it. Because then they have time to go through the replays. They have time to talk about everything. But for a referee getting a signal from a French TMO who says it's clear head contact when there was no clear head contact, I wouldn't be surprised if World Rugby rescinds this. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't either, because the last couple of weeks from Jan-Hendrik Wessels' disciplinary, I don't have any confidence in disciplinary hearings anymore at all, to be very honest. I just think they get so technical and they try not to second guess them. And I go back to something that somebody from World Rugby told me way back in the 2013 World Cup. I've mentioned this before in another video, where they told me, listen mate, we can't second guess ourselves, we can't make World Rugby look bad. So they're going to, by doing that, they make World Rugby look bad, unfortunately. The disciplinary committees, unfortunately, don't always take these things into, unless it's, of course, something like Ted Byrne, where of course you can't, World Rugby sits in Dublin, you can't upset the Irish. But okay, now I'm just being flippant, so okay, I'll withdraw that remark. Point is, this was shoulder contact first, that was the first point of entry. It should never have been a permanent red. It was ridiculous. Then later on we saw a clear head clash, which we've seen red cards given for a number of times before in a number of different leagues, in a number of different games, even though they're accidental. I personally don't believe they should be red cards if it's an accidental head crash. But the player was upright, there was a head contact, it was with force. By the World Rugby's own protocols, the Italian player, Canoni, should have got a red card there, but the bunker decided it was a yellow. I'm happy with that. I'll leave it. I just can't believe Franco Mostert got a red. I think debatable at best is the way Nick Mallett put it, and we'll talk to him tomorrow when we do our review, and we'll chat about that as well. But I just think World Rugby's doing the referees are doing this game a disservice. Nobody wants to see 15 against 14, although it doesn't seem to matter for the Springboks. Nobody wants to see that at all. But what we want to see is a situation. Sorry, arm's getting tired. Yeah, want to see a situation where things are adjudicated fairly, and this wasn't adjudicated fairly as far as I'm concerned. You might disagree, and that's your right, and I'm sure I'll read it in the comments. But yeah, looking at it now, I mean, give the Boks credit. They got Marco van Stalen's yellow card was a clear yellow card. That was cynical. He went in for the ball. He stopped the momentum. Yellow card. No issue with that at all. But I think if anybody who watched this game will know that there was a number of other incidents that were card-worthy that were ignored by the officials, which the Springboks asked a number of times, and nothing happened. Anyway. But again, another week in a row, they try to get the Boks down. And the one thing about this team that you've got to give them a lot of credit for is they fight. You back them into a corner and they fight. And there was times that Italy could have taken control of the game, and they didn't. And the Springboks used their momentum, they used their advantage, and their players. Rossi made a bunch of substitutions. Probably thought some of them were maybe a bit too early, but Walker Lowe and Gerard Steenekamp certainly anchored the scrum very well. And then when guys like Erkio Snyman came on, that class just came on. And there was a bit of a gamble in this team selection earlier in the week. We spoke about it on Talking Box. But this, to me, was a performance that second half. The way the guys got together, the way they grinded. And then players like Ethan Hooker and Canan Moodie, who just really stood up in that second half. What a performance by both. Certainly, Canan Moodie, that try with Grant Williams, certainly the moment of the match. Damon Willems, certainly the man of the match by far. 32-14 for the Springboks, a good win. Loads of controversy. What a bizarre game. Lots to talk about tomorrow in Talking Box, but I thought I'd do a quick take now. And yeah, we'll chat again tomorrow when we get Nick and Gavin on, and we'll dissect it a bit more. Certainly an exceptional game for a lot of individual players. And the way the team ended, a lot of those guys put their hands up for next week, and next week is the big one against Ireland. I'm sure we're going to hear a lot of talk this week as well about that. But at the end of the day, the Springboks, they won comfortably at the end. It was a bit jittery for a while, and Italy are certainly a good team. They've got a great back line. But yeah, they didn't really seem to play much rugby, and I was interested to hear Nick, and I'm going to chat to him a bit more about it tomorrow. The Springbok team's also got to a point where he made a comment after the game on SuperSport about Andre Pollard sitting in the pocket, and I think this was a game that Andre should have done a lot more. He didn't, and I think just while Marnie may have made one or two mistakes, he certainly made a huge difference when he came on in the second half. The way they unlocked space, and this Bok team is crying out for somebody who can unlock space for them. Sasha does it, Marnie does it. I'm not sure Andre does it anymore. Look, it's always good to have him. He is the banker. He's the guy that kicks the goals. But I think Damien Willems can also play 10 and probably do the same sort of thing as well. But I'm sort of just wondering, maybe it was because he hasn't played for a long time. I'm not writing him off. Marnie's a quality player. He can come back. But it's not Marnie. Andre is a quality player. He can come back. But yeah, this is straight after the game, this take. I wasn't impressed. I quite agreed with Nick's thing. And I think we're getting to a point where the younger players in the team, the Canan Moody's, Ethan Hookers, Marnie the Boks, Marnie's not that young, Sasha Feinberg, Ngomazulu, Morne van der Berg, Grant Williams, when he came on that extra burst of pace, those 2-3 scrum halves, a guy like Jaden Hendricks is not going to get back in this team, Faf de Klerk's not going to get back in this team, the way those guys are playing at the moment. There's certainly enough guys who are showing heart and grit and grind out a win. And when the Boks needed them, these sort of tests is what Rassie loves. He loves putting players in these sort of positions where their backs are against the wall and they have to show some fight. Springboks certainly showed some fight today. Italy put up a hell of a fight against them. them. But in the end, it was a comfortable Springbok win. That's it for me. Let me know what you think. If you haven't already, please smash subscribe on this on the channel. And yeah, you can do the bell thing if you want notifications as well. But yeah, leave your comments. I read them all. And we'll be back tomorrow. I'll have Nick and Gavin on, and we'll chat a bit more about it on Talking Box. But for now, it's a beautiful day in South Africa. The Springboks have won again. And while there was a lot of controversy, lots to talk about. But certainly another Springbok win is never a bad thing. Thanks for watching, and chat to you soon. Cheers.